NSFW, what are the most common mistakes girls make in bed? They think that guys like getting a blowjob like women like getting oral. A woman likes to be teased. She likes slow, sensual movements. She likes gentle sensations. But a man wants vigorous stimulation. Long, fast strokes. Bobbing fast and deep. I like to describe it as the difference between petting a cat and a dog. Lack of feedback communication will get you the big box store treatment. Legally fits the description of what you asked. But don't expect it to overperform. If you want to be choked, called an slutty Brussels sprout, and spanked with a rare issue of a Superman comic, I'm fine with that. But you need to communicate. Also works for vanilla stuff. Yes, no, keep going, wait, move over here, can I get on top, etc are not long words, phrases. Edit. So many people's pissed off at the idea of soiling a rare comic with butt cells. Oh. Please tell me if you have not showered. Waking me up in the middle of the night to talk about something when there was plenty of time before bed. Being squeamish about your own body. There is no bigger turnoff than a woman who can't just let go a bit and share bodies. If I thought you were gross, I wouldn't be here. Stroking it dry with a death grip. Not initiating enough. If we are laying there and you want to duck, touch my upper thigh. Put your hands down my pants. Do something. I will always be down to duck no matter how tired I am. You are never bothering me by touching me in a seductive way while we lay there and watch TV, or if I am doing something else. I hate having to initiate 80% of the time. I like to have fun. 6. Me having to initiate almost every time is not fun. Communicate. I have friends that can't talk about sex with their husbands. It blows my mind. No enthusiasm. Can't just lay there and let me do all the work. Steps to give a great hand job. Step 1, use your mouth. There is no step 2. Not a mistake. Just a tip for the BJs. The wetter the better. Playing with my balls like you're kneading dough or milking a cow. Struggling. Calling for help, etc. You're not supposed to blow. Eating crumbly foods in bed. You know you're going to have to lay on and desperately try and brush crumbs away all night. But here you are, eating a whole can of Pringles in one sitting. In your bed. Like an animal. Don't wait to be asked for a blowjob. Some girls have the conception that guys like it if you stick your finger up their butt. Which is flatly untrue. You have to be at least wrist deep to get a pleasurable reaction. Putting the full responsibility of foreplay in the male and being too passive in general. This one is tough when you are drunk, but if you wear a lot of makeup, please wash your face before coming to my bed. I hate having to wash the pillowcase every single day. When they bounce too high when riding cowgirl style, she's getting into it, and her bouncing becomes more energetic. She reaches the apex of her thrust at the exact moment you reach the nadir of yours. Danger. Will Robinson. Your D fully exits her pussy just before she begins a downward movement. Unfortunately, when your pork sword left the sheath, it also angled away from the opening. So when she comes back down, she lands hard on your D, which is still pointed upright but not at the right angle to go back inside her. At that point, it feels like your unyielding peen might snap in two. If you find yourself in this situation, you just gotta grit your teeth and get right back into it. Broken D or no. This is what separates the men from the boys. Grabbing my D when all I want to do is watch Finding Nemo. Don't call me daddy. As a father, that makes me feel really ducking weird. Halfway through writing. Checking your phone during. I realize that probably has more to do with me than her. Don't just go for the D. Make me need it first. If I really need it instead of just kind of want it, it's so much better. Not flipping your pillow over and taking advantage of the cold side of the pillow. Not wiping their ass properly. Refusing to do something that they're interested in because they're not sure how their friends would react. Doing nothing. Feeling ashamed of something they enjoy. Worrying about how they look during sex. I brought the V, you do the rest. Almost to the exclusion of all others. There's one big mistake that a person can make in bed. Not communicating. When you're with a new partner, communication can be difficult. One night stands even more so. But if you're developing or in a relationship with someone, I cannot emphasize how critical communicating your wants and needs is. Do you like a lot of teasing and foreplay? Or are you not comfortable with a man going down on you? Is your clit super sensitive? Or do you prefer your partner to get aggressive with fingering, licking, sucking it? Do you want to be more intimate, with lots of eye contact and kissing? Or would you rather your partner throw you down on the bed and duck you till you can't breathe? Do you want to be tied up and blindfolded? Or are you more of a dom? These things and more can change on a daily basis, based on your mood or how you feel in the moment. If you want your sex life to deliver exactly what you want, you've got to be willing to tell your partner exactly what that is. I didn't really appreciate how critical communication actually is until my latest relationship. In all of the relationships in my life, I've never felt able to be so open and honest in all aspects of my life as I am with her. After 2 years with this girl, I can say that our love life has never been boring and has consistently improved with time. Communication is a game changer. They want you to be a marathon man and change positions every 5 minutes. Then complain if you start to sweat. Ask them to get on top and do some work, and after a minute they're tired and want to go back to missionary. Other one is the one that gets on top and figures your D is a foot long and wants to bounce up and down. You have to grab their hips and control the bounce, because that is how they break your prick. I've had them bend it like Beckham. Ouch. Not telling us what you want. Not asking us what we want. Being insecure. You wouldn't have made it to my bedroom if I didn't already think that you're amazing. Not wearing your socks to bed so you can't take them off while in bed. If there is a more pleasant feeling, I am unaware of it. Itch if you set your alarm clock. Get up or turn it off. I don't need to hear you hit the snooze button 5 times. Probably not what you were looking for. I now know what guys felt like when reading what they do wrong. One guy says don't touch my balls, the other one says touch them. Don't suck too much. Suck more. Take control. Don't. How am I supposed to learn anything here? 1. Not initiating. 2. Not initiating. 3. Not initiating. Okay, if you are giving someone a hand job, it isn't a joystick. You aren't some ace pilot. Just give me a hand job. Remember, it's kinda sensitive. I want a hand job from my girlfriend, not Geodude. Thinking that just being a naked woman is enough. From the gay guy who used to do women, Lamar's style breathing is not necessary during anal. As a girl, I feel like a lot of girls let their morals or reservations keep them from actually having fun with sex. When I'm in a relationship, I'll try anything at least once. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Trying a new position that looks way easier in porn than it is in real life, laugh about it and move on. He wants to tie you up, be rough with you, etc. Let him. It doesn't say anything about you as a person if you try new things with your fella. You'll never know if you like something unless you at least try it. Your partner, especially sexually, is the only person that is going to know you that intimately. It is solely your business what goes on in your bedroom, or living room, or kitchen, or bathroom, or yard, and if you wanna be a freak, let your freak flag fly. In addition, one of the biggest mistakes most girls make is being afraid to communicate what they like and don't like. Have an open discussion with your guy about what gets you going and what you could do without sex is supposed to be enjoyable for you too. Don't be afraid to bring it up, because unless you're dating a complete asshole, he's going to listen and try and be excited by the fact that you're actually engaged in sex, opposed to just waiting for him to jizz and roll off. When we say, oh god yes, just like that, we mean it. We don't mean double down, twice as fast, harder, etc. We mean just like that. Being too quiet. I like it when a girl talks dirty. It's incredibly sexy. Not letting me know what's going to get you off. I'm here to make you orgasm. Don't worry, I'm going to get mine. That isn't a problem. Most of the enjoyment of sex is seeing your reaction. Men are creatures of ego, and if we know we're doing a good job, then that gives us pleasure. So if you fake it, just because you think that's what we want, well then you're only robbing yourself of an orgasm. To quote Clark's, making a male climax isn't at all challenging. Insert somewhere close, preferably moist. Thrust, repeat. Now, making a woman come. Therein lies a challenge. If I don't hear sounds, I'm basically floppy already. Only been with Whiffy though, and she's usually never silent. When giving a hand job, girls only stroking the lower end of the shaft. Ladies, up the shaft to the top of the knob, and back down the shaft. The head is a key point in pleasuring a dude's D. Sometimes your grip may not be strong enough though. Some guys are aggressive, so if he says tighten your grip, don't choke it. Just put a firmer grip around it. If you can do that with your mouth, all the better to you. Tell me what you want. If I can't even figure out what you want for dinner, why the duck do you think I'm going to figure out what you want in the sack? Ignoring the balls when giving a blowjob. They don't move, it's fine if you just want to lie there, but hell moan, use your arms to push me deeper, scratch the duck out on my back. Just don't lie down and take it. On the opposite end of the starfish spectrum, moving too much when I'm trying to eat you out makes things very frustrating. Also, girls who don't know how to soften their lips and tongues drive me up a goddamn wall. If you're the little spoon, don't fart. Not so much in bed, but I've noticed that way too many ladies throw around the term nymphomaniac only to be into the termest sex you've ever had. One of my exes got me into bed by saying she was a nympho. Then we had super standard sex like once a week after a couple of months, and she was all like, nymphos don't have to want it all the time. They just have to enjoy it when they do it. If that's what you like, then we can work around it. But I don't want to feel tricked once I've committed to a relationship with you. Being too self-conscious to enjoy themselves. Pulling the foreskin all the way down. That's not intense. That it hurts. Maybe I'm alone in this, but not everyone enjoys blowjobs. Yeah, they're alright and all, but if I'm in the mood, I want a duck. For me at least. Foreplay with you gets me rock hard already, and blowjobs are an unnecessary step. I honestly don't understand why they receive so much attention in porn. I don't want to stare at another dude's D for the first 10 minutes. If you want to reciprocate oral, slick things up just a bit and slide your hot, wet pussy against my manhood rather than your tongue. The sensation is mind-blowing, especially with the potential that one well-timed butt could have me throbbing inside you at near any given moment. Surprised I haven't seen this, but lackluster enthusiasm. Don't do something sexual to your partner because you feel like you're supposed to. Nothing is less exciting in bed than feeling like a chore. You better have your game face on and act like you're into it, or else what's the point? We're having sex, not doing ducking homework. When a girl asks me to talk dirty to her, I don't know what to say. Hygiene. I had a GF that thought soap got rid of the good stuff and basically avoided any cleansing beyond water in that region. Disgusting. Lack of communication and enthusiasm. Hi, lesbian here. People seem to think that girls know what other girls like, and holy that can be so wrong. Nipple stuff is really fun. I love nipple stuff a lot. At the same time, though, my nipples can get really painfully sore, especially at certain points on my cycle. When that happens, me saying baby, no boob stuff tonight is not a code for maul my breasts like you're trying to make me lactate, which I'm normally totally into. Also, can we address the fact that not all girls are super duper flexible? I can stretch and flex pretty much however you like, because I'm freakily hypermobile and also starting yoga. But my partner consistently reminds me that some of the positions I suggest are not physically possible for the majority of humans. So, when recommending positions for your girl, don't forget that she might be a lot less flexible than you think, especially guys, who tend to overestimate flexibility. Constantly shoot their man down and then act surprised when he no longer tries. Not participating at all. Not telling us what you like. Not telling us what you want. Not engaging or connecting with us. Saying they're just letting us duck you. God, that empty lifeless sex is the worst. I'd rather jack off. Taking up 75% of the bed and then complaining that they don't have enough room. Scraping your D with her teeth. Biting. Had a girl that bit the it out of my neck and chest during sex. Broke the skin. I ignored it. Actually, it was kinda hot. NVM. Most girls I've been with have been absolutely awful at giving hand jobs. Technique was all wrong, even with attempts at demonstration. And when they're dry hand jobs, shudders. Being too self-conscious of their body. Just let go. If you are there, he wants to do it. Stop thinking you are too thin, too fat, too muscular, too whatever. Just do it. Nutted but she's still sucking. The biggest mistake is when they just sit there and expect the male to do everything. All of the girls I have been with say they love to be dominated. Their kinky fetish. As if that is kinky in any way at all. If something is truly kinky, then it has to be a fairly uncommon fetish. You and every other girl in the world likes to be dominated. Please stop thinking you are unique in any way because of that. Your man has seen it every single time before. So the girl takes being dominated as I am just going to sit here, make some noises and let the guy do everything else. This is one of the biggest turn-offs for me. Just because you want to be dominated doesn't mean the guy has to do everything. That gets so boring having you sit there and do nothing. Take the initiative. Demand position changes. Randomly start sucking his cock. Or tell us what to do once in a while. And on top of that, your man might want to actually be dominated as well. It shouldn't be a turn off to you if your man wants you to dominate him. It is only fair to reciprocate the sexual pleasures he gives to you. It doesn't make him any less of a man for desiring domination. But even if he doesn't want to be dominated and you do, then you should at least be more proactive in the bed and do not have the attitude that being dominated means sitting there and doing nothing. And if your new boyfriend asks you about your fetishes, please think of something a little more creative, or at least specific than being dominated. TLDR. Being dominated doesn't mean doing nothing. Take the initiative with your man and do different things in bed. Biggest mistake is when they poop the bed. Don't poop the bed. Putting 2 fingers in my butt. The woman has to initiate the fun too sometimes. Be spontaneous. I honestly don't care if I'm in the middle of a match, fighting a boss, watching a video, walking down the street, driving, killing a man. If you want to do sexy things, ducking, do it. Even if it's just a tease. Tease me all day. I love it. As long as, you know, when we're finally alone, you fix this problem you caused. Don't load the gun if you don't want to shoot it a few times. Not asking for what she wants or showing you what she wants. Some of the hottest experiences I've ever had with a woman was when she told me what made her wet, what made her come, and how the duck to do it for her. It's one thing I love about my wife. Open communication in bed. Ladies, tell us what makes you come, what you're thinking about to get you horny, and don't be afraid to tell us how to make it better. Any asshole who won't listen doesn't deserve to be in bed with you.